Atlantic Records. We are so happy and thrilled that you all could join us for this amazing occasion. In 2004, we were so fucking lucky. Oh my, sorry.
Oh yeah!
I normally am not involved in radio. We get tired. Oh my God, Michael and Michael are gonna have me fired. I
Don't fire her.
But she's cool. I can't even tell you how they were such one of the most important signings for Atlantic Records. We were just forming as a company, and this band took a chance on us. And forever we are grateful. We are on our 6th album with them. We are on Gold Rush single, and we could not be any more honored to have Death Cab for Cutie here tonight. I am so excited to share with you guys our partnership with 92.3, and I'm going to introduce to you Kane.
So we can't say fuck. Good to know. I guess that's her thing. They always tell her, watch the F word. She didn't. You ready? Yeah! Let's chat. Death Cab for Cutie, come on.
Yeah!
You can do better now. Let's go. So excited to have you guys here. We're doing the interview first, you know.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
Were you told? Oh, okay, I just...
Oh, yeah, no, I know.
All right, all right.
I realized that I didn't get this ready for after the interview, so I'm gonna...
All right. Well, you know what? I thought about saying this, and I thought about not saying this because it's really fucking stupid. But thank you for today. Thank you. Let's talk about the new album. It's out August 17th. Now, you've had some bad luck in the past describing albums with certain words. The press likes to jump on those words and then make prejudgments.
Of course, yeah.
But do that with this album. We've heard a couple songs. Describe what this album is like.
I think that people who've been fans of the band for a long time, I think, are really going to like this one. I feel it's very much connected to kind of the aesthetic of some of the earlier kind of Barsuk years records, but also I think it's really tied into kind of the aesthetic that we've kind of been building over the past handful of records in Atlantic. So I feel like it's both very nostalgic in tone as far as what we do, but also very contemporary at the same time.
Did the songwriting process change for this one at all?
Not necessarily. I think that I've been doing a lot of kind of soul searching about what people like about this band, because I think what people like about this band are also the things that I like about this band. I am this band's biggest fan.
Debatable.
And I think that the songs that people like the most by this band tend to be the ones that are also my favorite. So, I wanted to kind of write an album that I think that people who were long-time fans of the band would really kind of find a lot to love in it.
Does everybody contribute? I mean, because Dave Grohl had a great quote. He said recently that he never used to write the songs in Nirvana because he was scared. He didn't think he was very good at it. And he says famous last words for drummers before they leave the band is, "Hey guys, I got some songs I think we should do."
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, it's so you mentioned Dave. It's like I sometimes forget that he was in Nirvana. You know what I mean? The Foo Fighters have been
95, I think.
For, for 23 years. That's 23 years, right?
I'm willing to bet that some Foo Fighters fans don't even know who Nirvana is.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. The kids.
Although, you know what, when you see someone, you can pick them out. When you see somebody on the street wearing a Nirvana shirt, you know, that guy, they don't know. They don't know.
Yeah. Well, I've often said that before you could buy a Ramones t-shirt, you would have to name at least 3 Ramones songs. That should be the criteria. When you take it to the register, you have to name 3 Ramones songs. Or you're not allowed to purchase it. I'm sorry, sir. You're a poser. You're not allowed to wear this shirt.
That's embarrassing. Make them go return the shirt back to where they found it.
No, yeah, they have to walk
go
back. It's a walk
up.
of shame back to the rack.
So talking about, do you know Showbox? It's a legendary venue in Seattle. It's closing. They're raising it for condos. Of course they are. No.
Yeah, I just found out about that today. That's
Did you really?
very upsetting to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you played there a lot. What's it mean to you?
You know, it's one of those rooms that it's defined Seattle music for decades. I mean, it was opened, I believe, in the 20s. Cap Calloway used to play there, and it was a stop. A lot of jazz musicians.
79 years.
Yeah, yeah, it's really unfortunate that the city that I live in is more concerned with housing for rich people than it is, you know, the legacy of music in the city that's given Seattle the name that people know Seattle as much for its music as anything else.
Yeah.
And that this legendary venue would be raised so that rich people could, you know, live down by the Pike Place Market is really upsetting to me. But we don't have to.
Right. That's a whole song.
Yeah.
You got.
I already wrote that song.
You got to work that one out. You got to work that one out. Well, I mean, Gold Rush is about change, and so I guess since you found out about that today, that's not about Showbox per se, but what kind of change are you talking about in Seattle, in your hometown?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think I've been noticing a lot in my life that we kind of connect our memories to the geography around us. And you know, you walk down the street in your town, and you go, that was that place where this important thing happened in my life. And the band, you know, we used to go to this place years after practice, and you know, I met the love of my life in that place. And now, oh, that's a wine bar, and that's a Starbucks, and that's a condo.
You could be talking about New York too, because
I'm sure I did, yeah.
We are losing all of our rock venues around here too.
Yeah, so I mean, it's, you know, I wanted to write a song that wasn't as much like, you know, like an old man yelling at the clouds, but it was more so about how, yeah, we connect our memories to our geography, and when that geography changes, it's like we have to we have to kind of deal with, you know, we have to deal with the loss of our memories all over again.
You plan on, because you've been, I think you lived in Los Angeles for a brief time, but basically you've been in Seattle your whole life.
I basically lived in the Northwest my entire life. I mean, I was born there. And, you know, when I was a kid, and I lived in a Navy town across the water from Seattle called Bremerton. And I would take that, really? That's rare.
Clear that up.
But no, I would take the ferry. It was a ferry boat from Bremerton over to Seattle, and the boat would turn around the corner, and I would see the skyline of Seattle. I'd be like, oh, I just want to live there. That's the only place I want to be. You know, and it still is to this day, even though the city's changed a lot. It's still the only place I want to be.
You think? I would assume that the Seattle weather affects the sound of the band, or at least did in the beginning and formed. I mean, because the sun's never out.
Yeah, that's right. It's never out, and that's why no one should move to Seattle. You should just stay here. There's no room. There's no room in it. Well, actually, no.
There will be now.
There will be room now. Where the Showbox was. You can buy a condo.
That's how we deal. We make jokes. That's how we deal with it.
Exactly.
Do you still run marathons?
Yeah, I mean, not to be like about it, but I run ultra marathons.
Hang on. Hey, for those of us who don't, probably the only one who doesn't know, what's an ultra marathon?
It's anything over a marathon. So I've run distances all the way from 50K up to 100 miles.
Dude, I gotta fucking sit down and just listen to that. How do you train for something like that?
You train a lot.
No, I mean, you gotta run all the time so you can run just that one day.
Yeah, but I like it, you know. I mean, we live in Seattle. We live 20 minutes away from the mountains, so I consider myself more like a mountain trail ultra runner. Like I like being on the mountains. I like being out there for long periods of time, and I like kind of leaving my brain and body and kind of getting to this very meditative place. I really enjoy it.
Has he ever gotten you or tried to get you guys to run?
I have run 5 marathons myself.
Wow!
But
Nice.
I cannot keep up with them. We used to run together 4 or 5 years ago a lot, and his distance eclipsed mine rapidly.
Wow. Well, it's not a race.
Actually, literally it is. It's literally a race.
Have you ever won?
No, I don't win races. I'm like a mid-pack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. You're terrible. I get winded standing up. Personally, what's the best concert you guys have ever seen?
Oh man. Dave, do you want to take that one?
Boy, I'm trying to think. Probably, I saw David Bowie at the Paramount in Seattle on a reality tour, his last tour, and he just did everything you'd ever want him to do.
All the hits.
All the hits.
I hate when like the legendary bands like that, they go through a phase, I think, where they don't want to play the hits anymore, and so they play the weird songs, and then as they're winding down their career, they come back and decide to play all the hits.
Totally. He famously did a tour that was like farewell to his hits, like 20 years before that. And spent 10 years not playing them, and then was like, oh, I like it when people clap after my song.
We got some questions and some surprises for these questions we've chosen. Oliver in Manhattan, where are you?
Yeah.
All right, up front. There you go.
Hey, guys.
He wants to know, during the recording, this is a great question, I've wondered this too.
Thank you.
During the recording session, how do you decide which take to use after doing countless takes?
Well, thankfully, technology is such at this point that you can kind of amalgamate all your favorite takes into one take. So, it used to be in the olden days you would run take upon take upon take onto a 2-inch tape, and then you'd have to choose one and then build off that one. But we live in a world now where you can kind of just amalgamate your favorite takes into one take. So, it's always nice to get it all in one take, but that very rarely happens anymore.
A couple albums back, didn't Diffuse do that? And Dave did that in his garage, they just went right to tape, I think.
Yeah, that sounds about
The
right.
analog? Yeah. Would you guys ever do this? It's just scary though, we gotta get it right the first time.
Oh, I mean, we know how to play our instruments, so yeah, we could do that probably. But I think it really depends on what you're trying to achieve musically. If you're trying to make a, really garagey, kick-ass guitar rock record, then yeah, that's a great way to do it. But I think that the way we've, been making records for the last, 10 years or so, I think we want to kind of bring in more elements that make it difficult to do it in that way.
Do you have an old school mentality? Do you hate, I know a lot of people hate the new technology. It's so easy to sing well because, you have all the effects. It's so easy to be a quote-unquote musician now. Like, what's your thoughts on that?
Oh,
Anybody?
I mean, I love the new technology, but the new technology is kind of, I mean in the sense where, I like the fact that I can sing a song a number of times and then kind of make a really great performance out of the things that I've already sung. We don't tend to like tune things or use a lot of like post-production kind of tricks. We like things to feel kind of a little more organic, but you can really, it's really up to you how far down that rabbit hole you go. You can go the whole way, or you can just like treat a computer like a tape machine. Just it's really it's whatever you want it to be.
Cool. From Christy from West Hempstead. Where's Christy? There she is. Oh wow. What was the first song written for this album, and how long did it take?
I believe the first song written for this record was called 60 in Punk, and is ironically the last song on the record. Not ironically, it's just what it is. And I mean, that song was written fairly quickly, maybe a couple hours. I mean, I tend to usually spend a couple days on a song, getting it to like an early draft, and then maybe come back and like punch up the lyrics later. But that one was fairly complete pretty quickly.
Okay. And one final question. Where is Kristen from New York? Woo! Yeah, that's the beer talking. She wants to know, what's your favorite venue/city to play?
Favorite city, venue? I've always, Seattle is my home, but San Francisco would be, if I had to leave Seattle for another city, it would probably be San Francisco. And I think for me, I've always loved playing at the Fillmore in San Francisco because it has such an amazing, rich history.
She has a part B. Any specific performance or album tour that you remember?
For Death Cab Cutie?
Yeah, like playing, like any favorite performance?
Oh yeah, we did a tour in 2012 with the Magic Orchestra, which was an 8-piece string section, and we did, I believe it was 2 or 3 nights at the Beacon here in New York, and that whole tour was just such a joy because we had 9 new people on stage with us, and it was really fun to reinterpret the songs with these beautiful string arrangements that Nina Choi had written for us.
Very cool. Oh, by the way, Christy, Kristen, and Oliver, you all have won Panorama tickets for Sunday. Yeah!
Oh my fucking god. Yeah. Oh my
See me
god.
afterwards and I'll
Are you serious? I gotta cancel
All right,
work.
guys, you ready? You ready for Death Cab? Here we go. Death Cab.